Good to go?
Yes.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you. Just would like to start by sending the condolences to the Turner family. We lost Jim the other day. Obviously a Hall of Fame Ring of Honor guy here and kicker, Super Bowl. I was reading about him, 19th round draft pick out of Utah, and just a really instrumental guy in the Broncos football family. So it was really cool. Coach Payton did that kick the other day from like 9 yards out, which was really neat. So just wanted to send along our thoughts. So just wanted to open with that. Any questions? Yeah, it's been an interesting or great dynamic, right? So just the background there, Mike and I worked together, a lot of success in our days in New York with the Jets. He's been doing it for such a long time, and he's been a great mentor and friend. So you have Mike on that side of the spectrum, who's been doing it for 30-plus years, and then you got Coach Banjo, who's been doing it for about 3 weeks. So I'm somewhere in the middle, and that dynamic's been excellent. So everybody brings a little bit of things that are different to the table, and so far, so good. So common language, and it's been a really good discussion as far as making our unit better.
Can you just take us into that dynamic with you and Mike specifically?
Yeah.
The assistant to that coach and you're the special teams coordinator.
Yeah, so I'm the special teams coordinator, but Mike has obviously been doing it for such a long time. Using his knowledge and his expertise. And again, we've got such a great working relationship, whether it's in meetings, there's certain things that he'll take over and talk about. There's certain things that I'll talk about. When we get onto the field, we separate things. So it's really been a great partnership so far, and excited about where it's going to go.
Football's got a lot of war terms, like blitz, and
Sure.
battle, and those kind of things.
Yeah.
In the trenches. What do you? Anything that translates your military background to being a football coach in the game of football?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in that question. So oftentimes people assimilate, football to war and such, and having been part of both, being in Iraq in 2004 and 2005 with the men and women in uniform, which was just a great team. That's where I would start, Mike, just the team that, you're working together. Everybody's pulling together for a common goal, and you're bringing people from various backgrounds, ethnicities, ages. When I was a company commander, I had a 42-year-old warrant officer that was a pilot, and I had a crew chief that was 19 years old. And so you use those, or I have used those experiences in the military, whether it be in, and that's what's been great about Coach Payton, attention to detail or time on task and delegating authority. There's a whole plethora of things. But the one thing that I've absolutely seen here with Coach Payton is the leadership. And, I don't think leadership is something that you can put your finger on, but you can feel it. And that's what I've seen so far.
Coach, when you sign on Brandon McManus as your kicker now with our kicker competition, take us through that process in Europe.
Yeah. Making that transaction was a tough call. I think that there was a lot of thought going into that. Brandon has done a lot of great things here. Matter of fact, I remember working him out at Temple back in the day outside of Philadelphia. And I was with the Jets at that time and worked him out there. And he's done a lot of great things. But that's part of the business. Transactions occur. There will be more transactions. We wish him nothing but the best. Going to Jacksonville, I think that's a great spot for him. I know he's got a home in Florida. But we're just excited about the guys we had. You mentioned Elliott and Randy. And so we'll see how this takes fold as we move forward to the season.
Our kicker competition is pretty straightforward. They make or miss throughout how many
Yeah,
did you have?
Yeah, that's what's kind of cool about that spot. Right, so where some things can be ambiguous, right? Like maybe it's a receiver position or an offensive line, especially given the parameters that we're in here. That job is pretty straightforward. The ball either goes through or it doesn't. And so what was really cool today is to see both guys rise up. We hit a handful of kicks. All of them were made. Elliott made all his, and Randy made all his. So we'll see how that shakes out. Again, it's a work in progress, but excited about that opportunity for those guys.
What do you think of Bullock being such a veteran guy? He's got a 10-year guy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience. Houston for a handful of years, Tennessee, he's over an 83% kicker during his time. And he looked good today. So, I think experience can help you out. And like I said, we'll see how it shakes out moving forward.
The physical skill set with Montreal Washington is obvious. It's super quick,
Yeah.
fast. It seemed last year in the regular season he had the yips. Is there a way
Yeah.
to kind of calm his mind down while also getting that excellent
Well, a couple of things about Montreal. First off, love his work ethic. He's always asking questions and wants to be out on the field. Again, under the parameters that we have, we can't be out there all day, but that's a player that would be out there all day. So we've talked to him about that. He does have that athletic ability, and I think it's just continuing to breed confidence in the player. And I'm excited about where it'll take him during training camp.
What catches your attention about having Patrick and potentially return punts?
Well, you're always looking for depth at various positions, whether it be a core player or somebody on the perimeter. And so, Patrick, we just put back there, looking just to, again, here in the spring, guys, you're trying different things. Like now is the time to maybe try a different formation in your punt game or try a fake. And so Patrick going back there catching punts was just something that we want to explore. The cool thing about Patrick is he wants to be part of special teams. I think Coach Payton, Coach Westhoff, myself, we've really made it an emphasis, and Coach Payton is one of the best teachers that I've seen, just whether it's in offense or defense or situational ball and even special teams. And so everybody is buying in, and so that's really cool to see that out of Patrick.
How important is that to have an all-pro cornerback buy into it, especially for maybe the younger guys?
Well, I think it reasserts what you're preaching and what you're talking about. And it's not just special teams, but any team will tell you, any great team will tell you that when your best players are your hardest workers, you got something. And I've seen that so far out here on the field.
Coach Payton mentioned that he views special teams as one of the quickest ways to improve the football team and to get better year over year.
Sure.
Trying to tell that to the guys or express that message.
Yeah, I think it's evident in the film, and then it's evident in what we're doing out on the field, the emphasis that we're pointing in. And you can change field position in regard to, if you talk about 100 yards, I mean, that's points. And so that's what we would like to do. And it's good that it's emphasized throughout the full spectrum of the team and the organization. So been encouraged by what I've seen so far.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, fellas, thanks.